All right, let's talk about this big news, man. The Daily Mail reports FBI deep state team of 80 people regularly handed Twitter lists of people to ban, including actor Billy Baldwin and satire accounts. New trove of Musk's Twitter files reveal. Matt Taibbi posted a new trove of Twitter documents on Friday. They show emails from FBI officials requesting bans on Twitter users. How dare they go after Billy Baldwin? That's the most shocking thing of all. So here's one of the emails. It's from FBI.gov. Twitter folks, please see below list of Twitter accounts which we believe are violating your terms of service by disseminating false information about the time, place, or manner of the upcoming election. Let us know if you decide to take any action against these accounts based on our tipper to you. Also, let us know if we need to issue a preservation letter, as we intend to serve legal process for these accounts. Thanks for your consideration. There's something that I found really interesting in this latest release, and it was that Matt Taibbi goes on to say he had an FBI agent reach out to him who told him that most companies deal with stuff like this with the FBI, but they're adversarial. He said T-Mobile is absolutely adversarial. The FBI agent said that when they send a request to T-Mobile and get it wrong, T-Mobile employees leak the communications, causing problems for the FBI. That's the way to do it. I like me these T-Mobile people. You know, there you go. Push back on this stuff. But look at what we got here. I mean, this is amazing. Some of these emails are just straight up like, thank you for your patience as our team assess that's from Twitter. Some of these emails, like one of them was just like, please see these accounts that need to be removed. And then it's like, okay. Then they come back and they're basically like, yep, we did what you asked. Thanks, boss. This is the current state of our elections. I suppose the scary thing with all of this is that 80 FBI agents shutting down jokes, satire, and what they deem to be misinformation.
It's wild.
At the same time, that how many other things were they missing because they had this many FBI agents looking at jokes and satire on Twitter?
Well, all of the child trafficking.
Exactly.
All of it that's staying on the platform.
We've got a crisis happening at the border.
Well, and they weren't missing that. They chose not to do anything about it. They prioritized the satire over content that was dangerous to children.
Well, they did a little bit more than that. Let's be honest here with the activities of the FBI for 30 years when victims were coming to them. They were just, ignoring it. But there was 13-year-old children coming to Twitter being like, hey, there's an adult video of me here on this platform. Please remove it. Twitter said no. That video got 160,000 views, 2,000 retweets. And Twitter, after they verified the identification, they're like, yeah, we're not just going to do anything about it, as they were in constant contact with the FBI. I mean, are you kidding me? And the FBI micromanaging our political discourse is not a surprise here. They're doing this not just with Twitter. They're probably doing this with YouTube. They're probably doing this with Facebook. A lot of these coordinated attacks, especially when it came to censorships, were with a lot of platforms acting together in unison, many instances. And for years, I've been screaming, these are not private platforms. There was always a debate a couple years ago saying they could do what they want. They're a private organization. This is what capitalism is all about. And I was screaming off the top of my head, no, this is not capitalism. This is the government essentially creating a KGB-like political purge on the line, destroying political speech here, orchestrated by top levels of people within the government. This has nothing to do with private entities. This is your tax dollars being used to censor your speech, your humor, your comedy. And who would have thought the FBI doesn't have a sense of humor? Huh?
Yeah, and I think, you said it, and I think it's so true. People so often say, well, I mean, we already knew that this was going on, so what's the big deal? But it takes a certain level of sheer arrogance to say, we're going to accuse the other side of doing all of these things. We're going to accuse them of Russian collusion. We're going to spend 2 years and millions of taxpayer dollars to look into this, totally bogus thing. Meanwhile, we know that this is what we're actually doing. We just don't think that they're ever going to find out because we control everything.